Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share our July what we've been reading books with you. To be honest, we started school this month, and so we have been reading a ton of books for the kids, but I honestly have not read much for myself because we're getting into the new routine of homeschool and all that goes along with that. So I only have one book to share for myself personally, but then I have some great books that we have read as a group together in our homeschool. Um, One thing that we have done this month is read a lot of picture books. My kids are young and picture books are amazing, and so there's been some really great ones. So to start off, we started the school July 11th, and so because of that, we decided to do some picture books on America. So the first book that I'm sharing is this America, a Patriotic Primer. It's a great book. This is from the library, my local library, but this is a book that has just gone onto my to purchase list. This is an amazing book and a great resource, and one that I would highly recommend every family having. It's just a really great way to talk about our country, and it's an alphabetical book. So let me show you the inside a little bit. So it talks, it does the letters and all of that. So anyways, it's a great alphabet book and one that you could go through slowly. We read it in one setting, but it was really a great book. So this is one that I'm returning to the library this week, but it's a keeper and one I'm going to be purchasing. We also read a book from my childhood called Animals Definitely Do Not Wear Clothing. This is a book that I had remembered from when I was growing up, and so I found it and bought it for the kids, and they thought it was hilarious. It's very simple and very easy to read, but it's just very funny about why it's important that animals don't wear clothes. There's a reason for it. So really fun, really cute book. I highly recommend. We've also been going through the first 2 weeks of our homeschool was all about creation, and so we have been reading the creation story and going through that. So we picked up, I found these books at my library as well, All Creatures Great and Small and All Things Bright and Beautiful. This book was great. Both of them are based to a song that I believe is a hymn, and so the books are really great and talk about how all the things that God created and all of that. So this was just a great addition to our creation time study and stuff like that. So these are just extras we added on. One book that was not my favorite that we picked up was Summertime in the Big Woods. It's my first Little House book from the Little House on the Prairie series. It's a book that has been adapted from the Little House stories, and I have not read those yet. They are in our future lessons and stuff. However, this book didn't have a conflict. It was just a nice story, and we've been behind my head, there's a story sequence chart that we are using with our curriculum, and we discuss who is in the story, the who, what, where, when, and then what the conflict and resolution was. And we were discussing this book, and there was none to discuss. So that was kind of a disappointment when we were trying to teach sequencing and important parts of the story. So even though I was recommended this book from some well-known people, I don't think I would buy it again or read it again. But I could be wrong. There's a lot more of them, so I don't know. It was not my favorite. All right, now on to a group of books that we are doing. We are using Sunlight Science for our science curriculum, and so far we're not necessarily thrilled with it. It's been good, but it's not, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent on it right now. But we are going to be taking the next week or so off of the curriculum because they started a unit on weather, and so we've been reading this book, which is from Usborne, and it's a really great book. They're $5, and it's the Usborne Beginners series books, and this one's all about weather, and so we've been getting a lot of our information from this book. But as we were reading about weather, my son got really interested in it. And so we are going to be taking a pause on our sunlight science, and we are going to do a 1 to 2 week weather unit study. And so I'm going to show you the books that we have read and will be using for that unit study. So one book that we read as a storybook is Cloudette, and this is a super cute book. This is by an author, illustrator, Tom Lichtenheld. We've read other books by him. He does Goodnight Construction Site and some other books like that. But so he's been one of our favorites. This book was really, really great and had a good educational aspect to it. So this was a storybook that we read last week as a part of our weather study. We also pulled out the Usborne weather set that they have, and these are our informational storybooks. So we've got sunny day, rainy day, snowy day, and windy day. And so we read 2 of those. We will read the other 2 this week. And these are a great little book that tells a little story about what's going on in the weather with really cute little illustrations. So it's gone well with our unit. And so we're going to add those in. We're also I also picked up this book on clouds. We were going to do a study on clouds, and we're going to do an art project where we make a picture of all the clouds with cotton balls and name all of them, because the kids are getting really into naming the clouds. So we're going to spend some time and memorize what the cloud names are and take a break from our science, and that's the beauty of homeschool. So we're going to be using this page as our go from to make our own picture of our clouds using cotton. So that is a book that we're going to be reading this week on clouds. I also had this on my bookshelf from teaching. It's the Smithsonian weather book, and so it goes in to a little bit more detail. So we'll be reading this week. And then along with our clouds is Shapes in the Sky. And so we'll be doing that. Oh, I forgot one book, and it's right behind me. Sorry about that. And it is this book. It Looked Like Spilled Milk. This is another book from my childhood, and it's a board book, so I have been reading it with my 1-year-old, and my 3-year-old has been reading it to my 1-year-old because the text is predictable. And so it talks about how clouds can look like all different kinds of shapes, and so this one's a really great one as well. So anyways, that is what we have been reading with the kids. And then I have one book that I have been reading for myself. I really have dropped all my other books in the midst of trying to figure out our routine and our schedule. But I'm hoping I miss it. So I am hoping to get back into that and get some quiet time in and time where I can read and not be cleaning or doing other things when the kids are not doing school. So anyways, the book I've been reading, and it's a novel that I picked up, is called The Wedding Dress. It's by Rachel Hawk. I've read a lot. I've read her, what is it called? Princess series. She has a series about becoming a princess and marrying princes, and it's a very good series. This book has been interesting. I'm not even halfway through, but it follows a wedding dress that has been through a few people, and it goes through their story. And so the text bounces back and forth from present day to back in like 1912, I think. And so it's good. I will give you a full review of it when I am finished with this. I should be finished with it by the end of the week, I'm hoping. So anyways, I will let you know how it is, but this is what I am reading for myself. I would love to hear what you have been reading and if you have any books recommendations or anything like that. We are sticking with picture books for the time being, and hoping to pick up a chapter book, read aloud to do soon. But like I said, we're still trying to figure this whole homeschool routine out, and so we're doing a lot of trial and error right now. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe so you can see the ones that we will have in the future, and like this video so that I know that you enjoy watching what we're reading. Have a great day.